Welcome to Walletopia. Ekster launched their company with the box wallet with the push button ejection mechanism. We've reviewed those wallets many times in the past. Since then, they've expanded to more traditional type wallets and some with a twist like this modular bifold we have here. So let's get into it. Ekster shipping boxes are all black. They have this muted, you can kind of tell here, stamped logo. They have some other information on here as well. And in this case, it's a slide box. Oh, here we go, some additional information in here. And let's push this wallet out. Here we go. Really like the dimensions of that box, very tight. So here's the wallet. Oh, got something there, all right. And what makes this modular is that it has magnets. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Right here. There are magnets, if you can tell, right here in the bottom, on the main bifold, and on the bottom of the modular card wallet that goes with it. And together, they snap together. Now, this is really kind of neat. In design, I think, and even in practice, you can make this work. Let's look at the sewing here really quick. It's like we have a fold over edge. You have the Ekster logo here, it's nice. And of course in the card wallet, we remove that. We have it. And it's sewing. And the magnets. Nice little wallet here. Well, let's get into the details and look at these magnets. This color is the caramel, or caramel, however you'd like to pronounce it. Also comes in brown and black. So now let's get into the feature review of the Ekster Modular Bifold. As mentioned, this is modular. Well, from the modular perspective, we'll get to it, but on the exterior, we have no features, no distinguishing features of this bifold. If we come to the interior, we can see immediately that on the right-hand side, we have 2 card slots in here. On the right-hand side, this is where it gets a little tricky. We take the card holder out, and we'll notice that we don't have any other, watch this. Whoop, see that? That's kind of awesome. All right, but anyway, we have no card slots over here, because this is where the card holder actually lands. That's its home right there. If we go to the interior, we have a nice billfold pocket where you put your cash, and it is an open billfold front. That means that it does not have another piece of leather that runs the distance here and has an actual capture point of a pocket. It's an open, and we've really reviewed a lot of these. These are becoming more popular. I like them. It's less material, so they're thinner, and you still have quick access to your cash. Now on the card holder itself, the card holder has 2 card slots on each side, as well as a top-down slot right here for cash or additional cards. It's really a full-featured card holder as is. That's integrated with the bifold. And of course, the feature on this is the usability of having a full bifold when you want to go out, when you want to have take more with you. And of course, if you want to take less and just critical cards and some cash, you can just quickly remove this and away you go. Quite clever. And that is a review of the features of the Ekster Modular Bifold wallet. Now to the card and cash insertion test. As you saw, I got 6 cards in there and 5 slips of cash. The company says it can hold up to 12. Of course, 4 cards would be great. as the minimalist, reasonable is probably 8, even though I had 6 in there. However, you might have noticed this gets thick really quick. This here measured 0.8 of an inch, just 0.2 off from being a full inch thick, and this does not look very thin either. And this only has 6 cards in it. Now, of course, what you're dealing with is you have 2 over here, you have 4 over here, but it's this modularity, it's this card holder that adds some additional thickness to it. You've got magnets on both sides, on both sides of this wallet and here, and of course it connects, but also it adds a lot of bulk, and you can see that. So with just and I don't even have the cash in there. Let's show you what that looks like again here. Put the cash in here, and this begins to thicken up even more. And so, you know, if thickness is not an issue to you and you love the modularity and you're willing to put up with that, or you're going to carry the card holder more often than the bifold, this wallet could be just fine for you. But be aware, it gets a little thick quick. Now, the card holder itself can hold up to 8 cards. There are 4 slots, 2 in each. You could probably put cash in that upper slot as well, or another card. From a quality perspective, this is designed in the Netherlands and assembled in India. The quality on the card wallet is really, really good. And you can tell that when we're looking at a step down. And a step down is a step down in the cards. And of course, now that we have this completely open, we can take the 4 cards that we had put in the front and spread them out to the back, because this is now a standalone wallet. And you can see the step down that goes on. This isn't always the case, but this really, like I mentioned, is a full-on card holder. It's not just something that was created as an afterthought to attach to the main bifold. It's a great little wallet. This could have been done really cheaply, but there's good attention to design and construction detail in the card wallet. Now, let me look at the crease here and show you. Can you see this crease right there? That crease takes effort. It takes time. This just doesn't happen on its own. And that's where you have good attention to detail on the card wallet as well as the main wallet here, where you see that crease. Why would I care? It means they care, and that they put a lot of effort in the design and into the details. Another example of this is this dip right here in the spine of the wallet. Why is this needed? Well, it's not, but there's kind of attention to detail, and it helps fold it easier, and it makes it so you can get access to your cash. Even though you can grab cash in here, this just reduces a lot of the friction in the spine and provides a great access point to grab your cash. Again, a little attention to detail that looks really good. And of course, this wallet does have RFID. I know. And that's the gray material we see in here. And we can see that the leather in these pockets, it does not go all the way down. This is more RFID material in here. Yes, I know, boo, yeah. And so we see that material is compensated for leather being used all the way down in this whole pocket area. Of course, leather is something that is a better material than this RFID. This RFID material, if you were to choose it, I do like it. It's rather rugged and durable, has a good tactile feel to it, but I'd still prefer this to be an all leather wallet if we could. Now, despite this, the bifold here being a wrapped edge, as we see here, it's also still painted, which does help because when you have a wrapped edge and it's sewn, if this wears out, then it frays and you lose that connection and this whole face could come off. So having a painted edge here provides more protection on the edge, and on the card wallet itself, there are no wrapped edges. It's just sewn leather, and you can see that the painting that was done here is equal, and it does a great job in trying to protect that, and it marries it to the bifold itself. The leather is from American hides, and it's tanned via the dry tan method from Ecco. That's ECCO. These are the people that make shoes. Okay, and they've invented this dry tan method that provides access to environmentally certified gold-rated tanneries from the leather working group around the world, and Ecco has created this dry tan method. We'll kind of talk about that in a minute. It's priced at $89. So now let's talk about magnets. Magnets appear to always be a problem when not done well. And the question comes of when have they been done well? Well, even when done well, it makes people nervous since demagnetization is murder on cards, specifically the strips that are on the back. Now those are going away. I mean, really understand the strength of the magnet still in its placement is the design factor in success or failure. It's called the Hallback array, which is a discrete method to augment the magnetic field directionally. So let's say on one side while canceling out the other that has a magnetic pole. So what does this mean? This means that the placement of these magnets here are towards the bottom, as you can see. You can see right here in the bottom, here in the bottom, and they're opposite. So that means that the placement of these magnets toward the bottom, away from the top, the stripe is here at the top on both of these, and this magnetic field comes out this way, not in, so that it can actually connect here. So this card that's in here, its magnetic strip, of course, is at the top, but the magnetic field that it produces here is something that faces away, meaning that this magnet faces out in its power, not in. And that is the modification, that's the Hallback array that allows it to decide where it's going to make its influence. Well, its influence matches each other here and is far enough away from where the strip is at the top to prevent this demagnification. So if you place your cards normally, you're going to avoid this demagnetization. It still might happen, but they've done their testing as I talked with them, and they did this specifically to avoid that, as they should, but that's not always the case with a lot of vendors. Now with the move to the chip and pin, there's a fair question about whether this is even a problem anymore because the strip would go away. But there are still loyalty cards, there are still access cards, hotel keys, you know, and so I don't know if they're going to go away anytime soon, at least in the United States, and especially in countries in Southeast Asia, South America, Africa, and so forth. And right now, personally, I'm in a kind of a mix where I'm about 60-40, or 60% of the time when I purchase, I can use my chip and pin, and still 40% or more of the time, I have to use my strip. It's still really available and used by merchants. Now, of course, this wallet works with the Chipolo tracking card that comes from Ekster, which you can place in any of the slots here. Probably really nice to just put right here in the top of this card wallet. It's really quite an ingenious idea. And it's the Ekster tracking card. It's powered by Chipolo. Now, the wallet measures 3.1 by 4.2 by 0.5. The card holder itself is 2.8 by 3.9 by 0.2. From a weight perspective, the whole wallet itself weighs 61 grams, the card holder 21. From a perception perspective, I really like this concept. Being able to get a 2-for-1 out of this is a nice bifold which can downsize to a card holder. Is a great idea. I really like that. And if you can get past any concerns about the magnets being in here, and I think the placement, the way they've put these together and are utilizing them is going to work. And I would say that if you have any problems with it, let Ekster know. I haven't seen anything, written comments or otherwise, that these magnets are a problem. So now let's get on to the final score. For quality of 4, price of 3, features of 4, usability of 3, and perception of 4. That gives us a final score of 36 out of 50. Thanks for joining us. Look at these videos, find one you like. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And we'll see you in the next review. Bye.